Today I'm going to walk you through Unito's integration for Eloqua using Asana as the other connected tool. But this will work with any PM tool that Unito supports. So when a marketing manager creates a task in Asana, in this case with the tag marketing, it'll sync over to Eloqua, which is where the demand gen and marketing ops team runs email and webinar campaigns. Then, because of two-way sync, each team can share information back and forth. So progress on those campaigns is synced back to the manager who's responsible for reporting and dispatching work. So I've created this task in Asana, a prospecting campaign for 2024. It's got a due date set as well as an estimated cost and a description. So this has already been synced over to Eloqua, and we can see some of those details here. That's the name of the campaign, and if I go into the settings, we can see the budgeted costs that had synced in. So what I'm going to do now is deactivate this campaign in order to make some changes, and we should see those sync back to Asana. In order to sync changes from Eloqua, you need to deactivate your campaign. Next, I'll update the due date. So I want this to go until March 4th. I believe that should save. And I also want to update the actual cost. So let's say it cost $5,000. And we can also see that my campaign is still in draft mode, so it will sync with Unito. And we should see those changes reflected in Asana momentarily. So there we are. You can see the final end date for the campaign is March 4th, which I set up in Asana. And we can see that because the campaign is in draft mode, the task status has been changed to planning in Asana. And we can see the actual costs that were submitted in a logbook were also synced over into the actual cost field in Asana. So in this way, different teams can communicate on progress and stay aligned while marketing and sales campaigns are running.
So now let's go back to the Unito Flow Builder, and I'll walk you through each step of this process so that you can build an integration like this yourself in a few minutes. So the first step is to connect your tools, in this case, Eloqua and Asana. You'll choose a specific account from your organization for each, as well as a project in Asana and campaigns or emails in Eloqua. In our demo, we've chosen a one-way flow from Asana to Eloqua so that work items created in Asana will create campaigns in Eloqua, but not vice versa. Next, we have rules. So this is where you can filter data from syncing between your tools. So I have told Unito to only sync Asana tasks from the marketing department. Next, we have field mappings. This determines the relationship between fields in your tools. So you can tell Unito that, for example, certain statuses in Eloqua are the equivalent to other statuses in Asana, even if they don't have the same name. For example, if an Eloqua campaign is scheduled or considered a draft, in Asana, the synced task would have the planning task status. That's a custom field we created for this demo. And that's how you sync Asana and Eloqua with Unito. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to our team and let us know. Thanks for watching.